welcome back to Can We Make Money from Sugarcane and Estancia San Carlo, I believe it was. So we've advanced a day, we've advanced a growth state, so the sugarcane is looking pretty good, but it does need weeding. And I returned the planter, but I held onto the tractor overnight because that felt like the most economical way of doing this. So we're going to lease a weeder, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get this sorted. I was just checking again. We can take, at the moment, because it's first growth state, we can go in with all tractors and all tires, so we don't have to worry about row crop tires. And I think it's a hoe that we need rather than a weeder at this point, which pretty much narrows it down to the Chopstar 590. I'm sure most of you have used this load. I think it's the only hoe in the game. It's really weird, actually, the balance. If you go on Mod Hub, I think most of them are weeders rather than hoes. And you have to catch the plants really, I think it almost before you've advanced a growth state to be able to use a weeder. So I'm surprised that more people aren't, putting their hose up on Mod Hub. Anyway, we're going to get GPS set and we're going to crack on. I want to say thanks for all the positive feedback on the first video. So I'm recording this one the day after, maybe 2 days after it went live, and it seems to have gone down quite well. So that's really cool. I really love these kind of little test ideas where we're isolating one thing and seeing what happens. I did it for base game FS19 for all of the animals, and that was really good fun. Don't see me doing it for all of the crops, but sugarcane's obviously one that is quite a lot of work, so I think people are put off by it. But if it turns out that we can make a lot of money, then maybe it's worth putting in that time. We're definitely going to go on to look at olives, probably mod based, so using the cheaper olives and vines like I was talking about in the grapes series, because I think the economics of that are very similar to grapes, and then we'll probably cycle back to grapes as well. I may do that as two. What I've realized, so if you watch any of my Let's Plays, the Maypole one has turned into a multiplayer, and what I've thought is actually I could run grapes and olives side by side, because I could just have them as two separate farms in one save, and then I could do all of the testing together. So I might tackle it like that, do focus on olives but run the grape tests by the side of it, so that I can see how that works out as well, and see whether my ideas on that work out. And yeah, there's two thoughts on that. One is it means I can cover more information in less videos. The other is it means I get less videos out of it, so maybe I should do it separately. And I could do them as separate videos and just run the save as one. I'll see. I will see. I was quite pleased. I don't know if I show it better, how well the tires sort of run through the rows in the crop. You can maybe kind of see it there, maybe not. Yeah, it's a really nice looking crop. I think it's a shame that more people don't make use of it. The way it moves is quite nice. So yeah, we'll see. So one of the things that I am pondering with this save is productions. So I've had a look at a couple, and they all seem to be about the same. And I think the way it worked out, and I'm just going to try and bring the data up in the background, but I think the way it worked out, it was pretty much 1-to-1. So every litre of sugar cane that you put in, you got a litre of sugar out. Literally, I'm just trying to work through the the folder structure in front of me to find it, and I am not there yet. So sugar mill, because I couldn't find any really, I'm trying to think of the right words. Anyway, yeah. So actually, 2 liters of sugar cane gives you 1 liter of sugar, which is pretty good. I think sugar is worth about 4 times what sugar cane is, so you're basically looking at doubling your money with a production. Now the base game productions are incredibly slow, so I think it would probably take you more than a year to process a year's worth of crop, which is something that's always bugged me with this. I did have a browse through. I think there was a modern one which had higher capacity. I don't remember if it had more cycles, but before I harvest, I do need to have a look, and if you've got any suggestions, stick them below. I know Just Add Adam has a sugar mill, but it's focused on Maize Plus, so it requires Maize Plus, and I'm not running Maize Plus on here. And I feel that's probably not really appropriate for this, because I'm using GPS, but pretty much everything that I do in these series is applicable to console as well, in terms of the outcome. Yes, you don't have GPS. No, you don't have Courseplay. I used Courseplay when I did the grapes. But everything else should be applicable to console as well. And so it's really looking through the productions that are on ModHub and finding one that's not super cheaty, but that's maybe a bit better than the base game ones, to be able to turn the sugar cane into sugar over a sensible time frame. The harvest from one field shouldn't take over a year to turn into sugar, because otherwise the world would be very short of sugar, I think. So yeah, that's something that I'm curious about. So if you've got any suggestions, chuck them down below, because the next video we are going to be harvesting, and you may have noticed when I went into the store, I have the Yakto harvester installed, which I think I'm going to use. It costs pretty much the same as the case, but it's slightly wider working width. I had the suggestion, in fact, about using there's a forage harvester you can use, but when I asked on the Patreon page, they wanted me to use base game kit, and I know that the Yakto is a mod, but I feel it's in keeping with the style of that. It's not a cheaty modded forage harvester that's got a 9-meter header. It's just a little bit wider, and it'd be interesting to play with because it's another bit of kit. I think it also has downsides in that the case one you can hook a trailer up to, the Yakto you can't. So there's traits there. I think at this point I'm going to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys all supporting the channel. If you're interested in any of those, there are links below, or the join button for YouTube, I guess. So yeah, this is going to be, I reckon, probably about a 5 or 6 episode series. I think I said that last time. We'll be harvesting next time. But I do want to go through a regrowth cycle. Sugarcane regrows, so I want to see how that plays out. We'll have to fertilize it. So I think there'll be, harvest, refertilization and regrowth, and harvest again, and we'll see where we end up. Yeah, so that's pretty much it really for this video. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. If you've got any comments, questions, suggestions, ideas for things like sugar productions, still looking for trucks to run with the harvester. I think I want to run trucks rather than tractor and trailer. I think that'd be more interesting again and more fun. I did look at there's a Lizard F something that has a bulk container that can go on the back. That looked interesting, but still open to suggestions on that, so stick them below. And yeah, that's the weeding done, so I will see you next time. for our first sugarcane harvest. So that'll give us a good indication of how rich we are going to be.